It's been a really rough 365 days for Brittany Renner. She went from being a crash out to a Muslim to back to a crash out again. And of course, when she was with Kevin Gates, all for like 60 days, things for her seemed like they were getting better. She was talking differently, she was moving differently, and yeah, it really looked like Brittany Renner had everything going in the right direction. But she did not. As we know, Brittany Renner went back to beefing with other people online, beefing with PJ Washington, and then of course, Brittany Renner has went back to wearing Muslim clothing and has left the Muslim garb all by itself. But now she's commenting about single mothers. Being that Brittany Renner is a single mother, she just went viral for responding to the fact, or the critics, that single mothers have no value. I think we need to listen to what she has to say.
Single mothers have no value. Okay. It's my preference. I don't want to be with a single mom. Okay. We live in a feedback system. I don't need 100 men, 10 men, 5 men to choose me. All I have to do is choose myself, and my outer reality will reflect that. Because baby, I ain't in the business of convincing. And I think these conversations that seem to only happen on social media because and they don't translate in real life. We're here, but we're not here. I think it's important to like separate what's a podcast conversation versus what people actually care about. All the men that have reached out to me as of lately have no children and want several. It's easy to debunk these regurgitated, echoed narratives. A lot of men want to control how other men see women because they don't want them to want you. They don't want them to be able to see you. They want you to go put yourself on the clearance rack. Consider the source. There's a difference between high value and high quality. High value is Scar. High quality is Mufasa. I choose me, and everything in my world chooses me too.
So she starts the video off by saying basically she doesn't need 1, 5, 10, or 15 men to choose her. She chooses herself. And let me just say this. I hear so many women in today's world talking like this. I don't choose anyone. I choose myself. Everybody chooses themselves. Like, this is something that we all do. Self-preservation is inevitable. We will all choose ourselves. So this is not anything that's new to humanity. Here's the issue. You live in a world that you need to impress people.
He's right, you know.
Okay? So your survival in the world, all of our survival in the world, is based on the fact of what people think about us and who we add value to. For an example, if I don't make YouTube videos good enough, or if you don't care to watch them, guess what? That I'm no longer gonna be in this YouTube business. And so I can say I choose me, but unfortunately, I need you to choose me to a certain extent. When you want to work in a professional industry or you want to have a business, you need people to choose you, okay? If you're an athlete and you want to play for a professional sports team, you want to get to the NFL draft, it's great you want to choose yourself, but people need to also choose you. And it matters. Look at Shedeur Sanders, what happened to him. He chose himself to a certain degree. People didn't like his attitude, and now he's on like the 3rd string for the Cleveland Browns when clearly the guy was 1st round talent, all right? That's how important it is for somebody to choose you. And the reality is the people that I hear saying this the most are women. And if you're black and if you're a woman and if you're a single mom, even if you don't have kids, I mean, it's just gonna be harder statistically for you to get married. It's going to be statistically harder for you to get support or to be in the community. This is the wrong approach if you want what I would consider an easier life, okay? It is hard being a human as it is. It's even harder being a mother. It's even harder being a single mother. So when you have this attitude of I choose myself and that's all that matters, it would work if you live in a world that's by yourself. Unfortunately, you don't. You might live in your own world in your mind, but you need people to care about you to a certain degree, and you gotta care about other people, okay? Now, she also mentions the fact that in this particular situation, these men are basically still messaging her in her inbox wanting to have kids. So even though she's a single mom, she's still getting approached by men to still have kids. So basically this defeats the whole idea that just because she's a single mom, she has no value. Well, obviously that's not true because the men in my inbox value me. Okay, let's deal with that. Brittany Renner is an extremely beautiful lady. Even in her age right now, she looks just as good as she did 5 years ago, in my opinion, right? Just a little bit thicker. The problem is not the fact that guys want to give you a baby or want to deal with you. The issue is this: do you want to deal with them? This is another crutch that women use when they want to defend arguments. Well, I have men that want to give me a baby and all of that. Okay, well, what happens when you don't like those guys? Obviously, you don't like those guys. What happens when you do like those guys? You ever hear of Kevin Gates?
Got him!
That's right, because Kevin Gates is somebody that you wanted, and it lasted all of 60 days. So what problems do we have? We have a two-pronged problem. On one end, the first end, you don't like the guys who like you. Could Brittany Renner get a guy that's successful, good looking to her, that would give her a baby and marry her and take care of her? Absolutely. Women all around the world have opportunities for men to deal with them. Guess what? Many women don't want those guys. And guess what the other problem is? The men that you want are no good for you. So really, you're hurting yourself. So for you to brag and say the men that, want to be with me, or they really want to be with me, but you don't want them, and then the guys you pick for yourself are trash, well, that's why you are in a bad situation now. Now, she does say that many men want to put a lack of value on women and basically throw women in the trash as if they're worthless. Now, there is a certain level of degree with this. There is a certain animosity towards black single mothers in general. And of course, she referred to herself being put on a clearance rack. So basically, single moms should just accept whatever is given to them, right? Let me say this. This is true. I have seen this, and guys put less value on single moms. And so because you're a single mom, you're supposed to accept a lesser quality man or lesser value. It's up to be decided to each person, right? If I was a father and my daughter was a single mom, would I tell her, oh, go put yourself on the clearance rack? It's easy to say that when it's not your mom or not your sister or not your own daughter, right? And as men, we got to look at it from that angle. Nobody's going to want their daughter to settle for less. However, this is the dating economy, and I must look at it for what it is. If you're a lady that is like Brittany Renner and you can't choose the right mate and you don't want the men that want you, well, men don't need to put you on the clearance rack. You put yourself on the clearance rack. And so your anger is misguided. It's towards men on the internet that have no control of who you get to date in the real world. Like, think about it. Any man that wants to date Brittany Renner, that person will never say, well, I can't date you because somebody on the internet was roasting you in the comments. No, what happens is they like you. They can accept your situation, that you have a child. And then what happens is after they interact with you and they see how broken you are from whatever situations happen in your life, well, men don't have to put you on the clearance rack. What is really a clearance rack? The clearance rack, or the purpose of it, is when something is trying to sell for a higher price and it doesn't sell. Nobody's buying it, all right? Now, why did people not buy it? It's not because somebody's talking about the product. It's just that somebody's tried the product and they don't want it, or they don't want it at that price. You can charge whatever you want for a shirt. $100, $200, $300. But if nobody is buying, then you go on the clearance rack. Men can try to push women to the clearance rack if they want, but if that woman has a buyer, it doesn't matter. There are people talk about my YouTube channel, it's trash. I can go and call a player in the NFL or NBA trash, but it doesn't matter if that player is valuable to the right people. So what Brittany Renner is trying to say is that men want to put you on the clearance rack, you put yourself there. Like, nobody's buying at the price you're giving. PJ Washington, you had him. Somebody bought at his price. You had Kevin Gates, couldn't keep him. So what are you talking about? All of this comes back down to you. It's nobody else's fault. And when ladies talk like this, I'm like, okay, this is why a lot of guys don't even waste their time talking to y'all. Some of y'all. I'm just gonna be real. It is so much easier to not engage with this. Like, oh, okay, you feel that way about yourself? That's great. Good. Blocked immediately. Nobody has time, okay? Obviously, you felt your life was so dysfunctional, you went to go look for a new thing, which was Islam. You already saw that your life was down bad. So you yourself were the only problem, not even men. You, okay? This is a head case. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.